Hi everybody, Mary Marshall here, registered nurse, diet and lifestyle educator, and healthcare concierge. So coming at you with this week's Friday 411. I have a couple announcements I just want to run through first, so bear with me. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, I am leading the Introduction to Informed Medicine. It's a teleconference call, and that is a free call. So if you want to learn about how to decide what kind of diet to follow, how to decide what supplements you should take, what tests you should have, what medical procedures, how successful they might be for you, so how to make the right choices for you, please join me tomorrow morning. So just shoot me a message, and I will get you the call-in information. It is not too late for that. We can do that. So I'd love to have you join me. You can stay in your PJs, grab your coffee, and join me for that. And it's about an hour and a half long call. So lots of great information, though. It stands alone, and I can introduce you to what we're all about at Wellness Forum Health and what my services are too. I want to remind you about the Women's Back to Nature weekend, June 8th through the 10th. So we still have some spots open for that. My friend Sue Hardesty and I are hosting that at Camp Tuscazor. And Sue was out there today with her friend Lisa, and there's another post on the Facebook page. So check that out. So you can register at gainingahealthylifestyle.com or on Facebook at Back to Nature, and the Women's Back to Nature weekend will pop up. I am currently leading the weight loss concierge group with Wellness Forum Health. And if you are interested in joining that group, we have a great group of ladies. We meet twice a month via teleconference. So again, wherever you are, you can participate. Callbacks are recorded if you can't make it. So if you're interested in that, again, shoot me an email or a message and I'll get you some information. We can set up a time to chat about that. Wellness Forum Health Conference, November 9th to 11th. April is the cheapest time to get tickets for that, to get registered. And if you purchase a registration, you get $500 towards Wellness Forum Health programming. And that is courses like women's health, men's health, cancer, GI health, autoimmune disorders, supplements, sports nutrition, children's health, and there's more. And that's just the start. So tons of great information that you can learn from. So I encourage you to, that's such a great deal on that registration. And lastly, we are offering, or Wellness Forum Health is offering free membership, a free sample membership. So this is a great way if you're not sure you want to join, but you'd like to check us out a little bit more, and just let me know if you'd like the request form for the sample membership or the free sample membership. It's the weekly, you get the free weekly newsletter, the Tuesday, Thursday video clips, you get a free workshop. So getting some excerpts from our programming, you get 5 free articles from the Health Briefs library, 5 free recipes, and a really great offer is a free appointment that's optional. You don't have to do this to get the free membership, but 1 free appointment to help you kind of set up a plan of action to achieve your optimal personal health, and to learn more about health-related issues that interest you, or if you're interested in professional development in relation to what we do. So, good deal, good price, check it out. So today I was all set to talk about ketogenic diets. Well, I wasn't all set, but I was planning on talking about ketogenic diets. But then some friends and I were just, a group of ladies chatting, and as somehow happens when ladies chat, conversations just follow crazy paths, and we ended up talking about erectile dysfunction. And I used the expression, oh yeah, ED is the canary in the coal mine for vascular disease, for heart disease. And not everyone in our little group had heard of that. So I thought, this is really important, affects a lot of people. So I was like, I'm going to talk about that. And then, of course, as happens with ladies, the conversation got a little silly and uh, crazy, but I want to stick with more the science end of things this evening. So ED, erectile dysfunction, is very common. It's actually affects 1 in 10 men, and it is the inability to get or maintain an erection for sex. And though ED is very common, as I said, 1 in 10 men, it is not, just like arthritis, it is not a normal part of aging. Okay? Humans are designed to enjoy sex throughout their lifetime. And so this is not just a normal part of aging. So many times we just sort of accept dementia, arthritis, lack of energy, lack of vitality, frailty. We accept those as normal parts of aging. That is not normal. So you need to be aware of those kinds of things and be alert and pay attention to them. So ED is a blood flow problem, right? And it's thought to be a consequence of endothelial dysfunction. Now, endothelial cells are the cells that line your blood vessels, your arteries. And when they become damaged, and then there's inflammation, and they are, it is easier to for plaque to collect, to rupture, and then cause more problems. So, so it is in effect a vascular disease. And I was really, well, not really surprised, because it kind of makes sense when you think about it, that ED is a vascular disease, but there is a ton of scientific literature out there to support this. I had no problem researching this at all. And ED and coronary vascular disease share many risk factors: hypertension, dyslipidemia, which means bad cholesterol, high triglycerides, bad fats in the blood, smoking, diabetes, obesity, depression, stroke, peripheral arterial disease. That means problems with blood flow in the periphery, oftentimes the feet, the toes, maybe the fingers, distal parts of the body, chronic kidney disease. All these are often commonly seen in people who have ED as well. So the most recent scientific review that I found was just published in January of 2018, so just this January, a couple months ago. And ED was found as an independent marker for coronary vascular disease. So even without other risk factors, the presence of ED was indicative of increased risk for heart disease. And even in asymptomatic people, men, of course this is men we're going to be talking about, so even if they weren't having problems like chest pain or hypertension or other symptoms, they had, but if they had ED, it was a predictor of heart disease. And the recommendation from that study was that all men over 40, that all clinicians evaluate all men over 40 for ED. And if it is found, and this is, it is not automatically, vascular problems are not the only cause of erectile dysfunction, but you need to check for that. And it is a very common cause of the problem. So in 2015, another 2015 review again showed erectile dysfunction to be an independent predictor of coronary heart disease. And this was really interesting. After the symptoms of erectile dysfunction showed up, it could be predicted that 2 to 3 years later, symptoms of coronary heart disease would show up, and then within 3 to 5 years, a coronary event would occur. So that was pretty significant. I thought that was really impressive. a 2014 review stated that erectile dysfunction and cardiovascular disease are two manifestations of the same disease. And they called that disease polyvascular disease. And I was happy to see that term. You don't see it a lot. You always see coronary vascular disease, coronary heart disease. They're kind of interchangeable. But really, we don't just have, if you have heart disease, it means you're having symptoms of problems in the blood vessels, the arteries around your heart. But really, we have blood vessels everywhere, all right? And problems aren't isolated to just one area, most likely, okay? Because the same blood flows through all those blood vessels. So, and all those blood vessels are exposed to the risks of high cholesterol, excess glucose, which are results of poor diet, okay, our poor dietary intake. And to explain how ED, erectile dysfunction, is a predictor here and why it is the early predictor, i.e. the canary in the coal mine, right, is that the penile artery is much smaller, actually, than coronary arteries. So, there's problems with blood flow. So in a smaller artery, those problems are going to show up more quickly. So that's why you see problems with erectile dysfunction before you might see symptoms of heart disease. So, what do you do? Like, what is there to be done here? Well, if you listen to the list of risk factors associated with ED and heart disease, hypertension, bad cholesterol, high triglycerides, diabetes, obesity, stroke, peripheral arterial disease, all these are it's been shown closely related to diet and lifestyle. Okay, smoking is another real significant risk factor for ED. So diet and lifestyle. And there's lots of research, Dean Ornish, Caldwell Esselstyn, where a diet very low in fat, high in fruits, vegetables, fiber, whole grains can prevent and reverse vascular disease. So along with lifestyle of not smoking, exercise as well. So it can be fixed, all right? Although most often a solution is, the little blue pill or whatever color it may be, right? Viagra, Levitra, Cialis, Staxin, Stendra. Those are 5 more common ones, although I hadn't heard of Staxin or Stendra. Most common you see Viagra and Cialis. Now, these drugs they all act in the same basic way, drawing blood to the penis, and they differ in duration of action. But there are some serious side effects from these drugs. Most common, headache, dizziness, flushing, but blurred vision, blue vision, and actually there can be sudden loss of vision in one or both eyes, back pain, dizziness, fainting, and hearing loss is also that lasts after the drug effect has worn off. And there can be permanent hearing loss or tinnitus, which is ringing in the ears. And priapism, which is the erection lasting longer than 4 hours, which, although in 40-Year-Old Virgin, Steve Carell made that kind of a very funny thing, but it is not a funny thing. It's very dangerous, actually, and can have some serious long-term effects and be it can be an emergent situation. So those side effects versus the side effects of an optimal diet. Which, what are those side effects? Oh, weight loss, increased energy, increased regularity, feeling better, sleeping better, most likely. So, your decision to make if you're someone dealing with that issue. But, clear-cut difference in side effects there. So underlying thing, erectile dysfunction is just not it's not a standalone disease. It is a marker that there could very well be problems with your blood vessels, problems with your arteries. And if you are experiencing erectile dysfunction, you want to have that evaluated and to find out what the cause actually is, so you're sure of what that is. And you know, it's never too late to change those lifestyle habits, change your diet, and to learn how to do that, to get support doing that. I encourage you, join Wellness Forum Health. That's what we do. We give information, support, and help you make changes that will help you attain the best and optimal health. So that's my story for today. I will work on ketogenic diet for next week, and if you ever have something you'd like me to address in my Friday 411s, let me know, and I will try to do that for you. Again, hope to see you soon. Bye.